Wouldn't it be something if I could find one of these in a penny box? Not very likely, accordingly, but one can always dream, right, Batman? Hey, this is Silver Chupacabra, and it's time to start looking at some pennies. We're looking for all sorts of good stuff. Wheaties, old Wheaties, maybe even an IHP. You never know when it comes to this. I guess they do call those IHCs as well. Indian head pennies or Indian head cents. I'm looking for varieties. I'm looking for errors. I think we should get going on it. Let's take a look at the catalog book. This is the 1909 to 1940 version. As you can see, many spaces. But we've been filling these up a lot of late, and it would be really cool to actually fill out one from each panel. Something from the teens, something from the 20s, something from the 30s. The 1941 to 1974 book is looking pretty healthy. Look at all those nice shiners on that side. And they continue on even into the Wheaties down here. We've still got 4 empty spots there, and they're very gettable. Look at that 1958. That's a lot of pennies being minted there. Of course, living in Denver, or the metro area, I should say, tough to get the Phillies, even something that was minted that much. Over on this other side, of course, the steel pennies are still empty. Be nice to find them. Probably not a likely thing, because they stand out. People are going to see them, and they're not going to put them back into circulation. But those 41s, the D and the S's, and the 42 D and S's, those are very gettable. Be nice to find them. Let's go ahead and take a look at a box that's really taped up. So here's the top of the box, and as you can see, they're all customer wrap rolls. So, there's a whole lots of things that could be found in here. And one of them could be a collection dump. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, there's nothing to look at whether we're looking for wheat or zinc pennies. You can't even look at the enders on this one. Just have to wait until we get into the rolls themselves. Cool. Let's get right to it. We are on roll 10. And it's taken us 10 to get in. So far, the custom wrap rolls have been so. I've had some varieties to look at, but 1959 has been the oldest until that one showed up. It's pretty detailed in the wheat chocks, at least where they start wearing. I'd probably think this is 50s, but you could surprise me. Oh, 44D. 44s, man, I just cannot get away from them, can I? Hey, we'll look at the rest of the roll and see what's up. On to the second brick of 10. You can see we've already went through 7 rolls. Finally, on roll 17, we've got another find. There goes the wheatback. Third one in. Sorry about that. Slightest of wear on the wheat chocks at the high point. Could be another 40s, but once again, 50s are always there too. 50s it is, 1955 out of Denver. Be back hopefully sooner than later. Next roll 18. We got another find. This one I missed because it was laying like this when I started checking it out. Got a little ding on the rim there, but it's all right. Decent shape there. Let's see. It's pretty shiny. I'm thinking 50s. 55. Ooh, could have been the infamous double. It doesn't look like it. We'll have to check it on the scope, but usually you can see it from here. Anyway, find something, I'll be back on it. We're on now the fourth brick, roll 31, I believe. It's been a bit dry. At the very end of this roll, as I was searching through them, that one pops up. 1941. And you get to see that a lot of times. It would have been nice if that was a D or an S. But not quite. Glad to have a find. That is the fourth find of this box. It'd be nice if it turned up a little bit. We have 4 rolls left in this first box of our number 6 penny hunt. Grinded to a halt until this roll. Barely actually even found this one. Multicolored and green gookie Wheatie. Let's see what we got. Lots of detail, probably 50s. Oh no, 1936. Wow. That's actually in pretty darn good detail. I think I probably already have the 36, but still. Some of the 30s. That just pumped me up a bit. Okay, second box is up to bat. Here are the enders. Love the shields. When did shields start? 2010. And they're already looking brown like that. Definitely did have some copper here, but you can see a lot of shield work here. Hey, take a look. We at least have one Wheatie in this box, and after, 5 Wheaties in the first box, we can use more. More the merrier. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of new ones in there, that's for sure. There's a 1960s. 60-something. That's actually pretty good detail. At least the head looks like it's got pretty good detail. There's a lot of schmooze on that. Here and there. Anyway, there it is. Hopefully the inside has got a lot more than we had on that first box. Let's go to it. Third roll of the box, and just laid it out. Started searching through, and out pops that. I believe it's a 57. I don't think that's a 30. Cool, 57 mentioned in Denver. Awesome. Hopefully I'll bring you in with some other ones that look very interesting, but yeah, you never know. Roll 8 of this second box. As I go down the line here. That looks interesting. It's that 12-sided Canadian penny that we've seen a few times. I wish it was George. I'm nothing against you, Elizabeth, but George means it's old. Remember, side by side on the Canadians, not a flip. Not like that, at least. Like that. 1988. I have no idea whether I need that or not, but go. Roll 11, and we've got our second Wheatie of the box. Just started searching the roll here. I believe that's a 1942. Philadelphia. I suppose a D or an S, but cool. Especially since second Wheatie find of the box. Been a tad slow starting out, but hopefully it's gonna get warmed up. Roll 13 of the box, and we got our third Wheatie find right here. Pretty dark. So it's very brown. Can't get much browner than that. This to me screams 40s, but maybe 30s. We'll see what we get here. It's going to be 50s. I can always tell after a mint mark that it's going to be, look at that, 58D or 53D. Mint marks just don't show up enough for 40s and 50s, at least where I'm at. Be cool. Seems like we're getting a little bit heated. Still have a little bit to look through. We're on to the 14th roll of this second box, and I would say things are kind of heating up. At least weedy-wise, this will be the third and four rolls. Looks like it's got a lot of detail, at least on that shock. Interesting to see what this will be. Pretty good detail on the portrait as well. I don't really have an idea. Oh, mint mark, I'll say 50s. Last year for the Wheatie, 1958. And that is Denver Minted. Cool. No? We'll see if anything else pops up. Oh, at the very end of this same roll, 14. Didn't even see this or even notice it. I like the camouflage colors. I've made it blend into the mat. Kind of hard to tell what year this will be. The detail's fine. It's just the stain. The color is a bit yucky, so to speak. Probably going to be 50s. It's going to be 40s, and you see what I see? That's right, folks. It's my jam. Now, wait a minute. I think... Is that an 8? I think it is. I think it's 1948. I was thinking it's 1944 for a second there. It's actually another 1942. Yeah, that was tough to read. Onward we go. Roll 18, and we have another foreign visitor. Is that 12-sided again? It surely is. It's like, wow. It's not going to be another 1988, is it? Pretty close. 1986. Well, I've still got some to check here, though I would say not too promising, but you never know. Does anyone want to take any bets on where that's coming from? Looks like another Canadian. We're going to find out. See if I can hold this. There we go. Whoops. There she is. Man. Am I going to get an 87 or an 88 here? Oh, it's the 92 commemorative there. It's a 25-year. Or is it 125 years? I can never tell on these things. Looks like 125 years. Anyway. Another cool find. On roll 20. And I know we have a foreign visitor. But I actually believe this is an old visitor from Canada. That looks like the back of George's head to me. Let's see if that's true. That is George, all right. George the Sixth. And you see this IND-IMP part? That was when India was still basically a colony of England. So that means this has to be, I believe, 1948 or older. I don't think I have anything that old in my Canadian box collection piece. This will be very interesting. Remember, always side to side with the Canadians. I'll check that out. It's going to be at least 1940s. That is very cool. 1940. All right. Almost into the 1930s. I think this is my oldest Canadian coin find in a box. I am very stoked about that. On to roll 22, just a little short of halfway there. And we've got our 6 Wheatie find. Of this box, at least. This will be 11 in total. Hard to tell if there's any wear there or not, but let's bring it out and give it a look. See? A bit dirty, but definitely in good detail. Hard to tell where this is going to go. 19. It will be in the 40s. 40s. The 1940 period or 46. That's a 46. Cool. Philadelphia. Would be nice to see some mint marks come out of here, but it is what it is. Roll 23. Next roll from the last Wheatie find, and here we are again. About, 6 in? Fairly detailed. It's straight brown color, that's for sure. 40s or 50s, basically. I'm going to say probably 50s, looking at the wear patterns. Here's the mint mark I was asking for earlier. I wanted it in the 40s. Sorry. 1956, minted in Denver. We'll be back if something else pops up. Roll 27. We are on the second half of this box, and number 8 for this box. Sorry, I'm just looking at that 62D for a second. It's right there. Got a lot of schmooze around it, so it's really hard to kind of tell whether that is old or not, per se. I mean, it's 58 would be the first Wheatie. I would consider that pretty old. Anyway, what do we have? 1940. We do have a mint mark. 41D, and I think that's going to be a hole filler, folks. I've been looking for 41 and 42s with D and S's. Very, very cool find on that one. I hope that's it. We'll find out. Roll 29, and we're going to have our 5th Canadian visitor. Why not? There it is. Let's see what date we got on here. Looks like it's a 79. Schmooze on there. Even more schmooze there. It's like they were like Hawaiian on top of it, that they had some stuff on it, or I don't know. Anyway, I do have a little bit to look at. Bring it back in if something warrants it. To roll 35, and this is actually, I haven't even pulled it yet. This is the roll that had the Wheatie Ender. So, let's check it out. So, there it is. I did not, by the way, see any other wheatbacks along the way. Let's go ahead. Here's the ear. Pretty good detail on the back. Smooth, little scratching on the front. Probably 50s, but Hope Springs Eternal 57D. So, fortunately, it's cool. It's a Wheatie. Unfortunately, not a little bit older. That would have been a nice ender to find. We'll check the rest. To roll 37. And near the end of the roll, wheat back right there. A little wear on the rim, I think. Not necessarily on the wheat shock, though. Let's see. I don't know. A little wear on the portrait there, too. I'm thinking 40s, but maybe 30s. Oh my. Folks, we got something here. I believe that's an S. 17S. That is awesome. That is not what it could have been. That is one good looking coin for all the teens that I have been getting lately. That is the best looking out of all of them. You're on roll 39, and we've got a couple of cool things popping out here. So you got one nice Wheatie, and we got Canadian. This is going to be is it the sixth Canadian, and just in this box, dude. We did not have any in that first box. Let's go and look at the Canadian first. It's already on its reverse. We've got a 79 there. Pretty nice shape there. Front's in pretty nice shape too. At least there's no gook on it or things like that. So there's that. And now we get to a Wheatie find. This will be the 11th wheat in this box. And that one's got a little bit. I'm going to turn it this way. I would say it's got a little bit of wear in the wheat area. I'm doing a very good job there, am I? Yeah, no, I could be just seeing things. Decent detail. I'm thinking 40s, but I would not be surprised if it's in the 30s. We do have a mint mark, by the way. It's an S. Oh, it's really going to be in the 50s. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised on that. And by the way, that is not an S, Chupa. It is a D. So what happens when you're only looking at what part of it? Woo, it's an S. Nope, it's a D. 56D, Denver. Couple of cool finds there in that roll, and we still haven't finished. You're on roll 45, and for some reason I did not spot this in the roll, but obviously it was there. Or maybe I did turn it over, I don't know, but anyway. Let's go ahead. Whoop, I went the wrong way on that. I don't think you saw it. A lot of detail. Thinking 50s. No, 49. Cool. Is that 49S? It is. Nice. I don't really think that's not common, but, you know, mint marks are good, especially with the 40s, 30s, 20s, and teens. You're on roll 48. 2 rolls left after this one. And we got another Canadian visiting us. This one's a little bit chopped up. At least the rim is. So it's seen a bit of a beating here, as you can see. But we're not proud. We'll take any Canadian we can get. We'll roll that over very well. 1978. We'll check the rotation there for a little bit. Nope, looks good. Cool. Well, I'm going to check through the rest of this roll and hopefully bring you back in. You're on a roll 49. As you can see, we have one roll left. Kind of in the middle or front. I don't know how you want to call that. Take a look at that. You may not have seen that before. This is a token. As you can see, it says uncirculated Denver. This is a token that, first of all, I have found before. That's the only reason I know out of hand what it is. This comes with, did come with uncirculated sets out of Denver from 1984 to 1999, I believe. I could be wrong about that. In the comment section, you can burn me for whatever I screwed up there. Anyway, I have no idea whether this is the reverse or the obverse. I'm going to count the obverse only because of the mint mark. Because as you can see on the back, there's no dates here. And you notice that I flipped it. Well, this doesn't work like a regular U.S. coin. It actually works like a Canadian coin, flipping side to side instead of up and down, as you can see. You can see it on there. What is it? Treasury, United States Mint, Scales of Justice. There are actually 13 stars on it. I'm going to take it that's for the 13 original colonies. And the key? I have no idea. So I'm going to manufacture something. It's the key to freedom. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's actually a pretty cool find. Okay, so we are at the end of our box hunt. As you can see, Batman in his cave. We have 17 total Wheatie finds. 5 from the first box, 12 from the second box. So the 5, I would say the first box was definitely below average, but the second box was above average. Not only that, but I believe we have 7 Canadian finds. Pennywise, that's pretty awesome. And that includes a pretty old date there, too, with King George VI on there. And then we've got a couple oddities. Let's go ahead and go through these. As you can see, 1941 Philly and 1941 Denver. And I do believe the D is a filler. 44, got a couple of those out of Philly. We have a 44 out of Denver. Usually it's a 44 out of Philly. There is a 46 out of Philly. All the way down here, we've got a 49 San Francisco. Pretty cool. A 53 out of Denver. 55 Philly. No, it is not the double die. And 55 Denver. A couple of 56s out of Denver. A couple of 57s out of Denver. And then we have 158. Now for the biggie finds of this hunt. This one was a very big surprise on the date-wise. Was not thinking that was going to be that old. That is a 1917 out of San Francisco. Very cool. Also found one in the 30s, 1936. Always cool to find that. Now for the Canadian coins. I just love this find. I love finding Canadian coins in the boxes as well. 1940. Love it. We've got a 19 crooked one, 70, I believe that was an 8, but let's make sure. Yes, it is. Pretty scratched up. Not in the best conditions. A couple 79s. Didn't realize till I was putting these together that there were 2 of them. 1986, 1988, and then in 1892 would be the oldest one out of there. And then a couple oddities. And I have not figured out whether this is a clip coin yet or not, or just somebody did it on their own. The reason why I don't think it is because of that. I don't know. I don't know what it would look like. I've never owned a clip coin. I've never seen one. But anyway, I'm just going to keep it on hand. Never know. And then that. A token that is given out in U.S. mint sets, uncirculated, of course, from Denver, or they were given out between 1984 and 1999. Pretty cool find. That is the second time I have found that type of token. Pretty cool. I have not looked for varieties in here yet, so I will be coming back. I'll let you know if anything popped up, and then collection books we will look at. Okay, time to look at the catalog books and see what got filled, if anything. Did look at all the coins for varieties, nothing there. Scratching my chair there. Anyway, this is the 1909 to 1940 primary book. And there's that 1917S, and it's going to fit nicely, although I already tell you, I've tried to actually push this thing in. They make this penny bigger than usual because it's not going in. It wasn't going in when I was trying earlier either. Well, I'm sure that'll go in a little bit better later on. Anyway, pretty cool. Nice hole filler. Now looking at the primary 1941 to 1974. 41D gets a nice new place in there. Beautiful. And I think there's 6 empty spots there and 4 there. So I still have 10 in this book to fill out. So 2 spots filled. Awesome. Secondary book. There it is. Boom. What a bunch of wasted time there. Might have to edit that. Anyway, that's a nice 36. Did not beat out the primaries 36, however. But very, very cool. And then something for the the secondary 1940 to 1974 book, that 1949S. It's nicely in there. Not good enough to beat out the primary, however, but still a good hole filler. And then Canadian book. Surprisingly enough, well, I already knew we were going to have 1 filler. It's that one right there. And oh my gosh, I still really haven't gotten that in very well. But that was tough to get in there. Anyway, cool find. I love getting the oldies, and I've only actually found one other George the 6th, and that was a 45. So I'd love to find some more. And the thing is, I did fill another hole. I had 279, so I actually had a choice and filled that, and I'm almost, except for that pointed 5 of 1985, I almost got that filled. I'm pretty darn happy about that. It's not like I live in Canada here, folks. Anyway, that was an interesting hunt. This second box definitely saved the day on that one. And I really enjoyed that second box. The first box was interesting, but I've never scored with customer wrapped rolls yet. Just never have. Hopefully that'll happen sometime. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy it. This probably won't be too long a video, but, as usual, watch as much as you want. Or not at all. That's up to you. That's freedom of choice, folks. Anyway, as the beeper or the dong just told us, I guess that's the end. Somebody wants me on DM. That's what that sound was about. Anyway, have a great weekend, whenever you're watching this. We'll be back probably next with a nickel hunt, but I do have a couple of other things out there, so I might go to those next. Anyway, we will see you later.